It is now morning. I will check what we did last time. What kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
What does he mean by that? I'm not very smart. I don't get it.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Shoot!
I'm so dead.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
And from there...
Yeah, then loaded it on...
Now,
keep in mind that the dolly...
Well, yeah, but even all you'd have to do is... Then you could push the dolly, no problem.
What?
So the killer and carted the...
But you can't bend down at the waist.
You must realize that who...
Sorry, I don't think I...
As we know, and from there...
Yeah,
you can't bend at the waist.
Then loaded it on...
Now, keep in mind...
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Yes, thank you.
No, that's wrong.
Can I have some...
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
Yeah. I'm blind as a bat in here. I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible! Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
See, if Hifumi was here, he would say, cumbersome?
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
Because you can't take it off by yourself.
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I actually can't get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make this stupid frickin' thing. There's a clasp on the back keeping you from getting it off. Looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right!
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How'd you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it before we rush to a verdict. Shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Exactly.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning.
Series of unfortunate events?
New.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but that was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Yeah.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect.
Her voice is so perfect. I'm sorry, but like it just sounds so like crispy.
But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong? I saw a shadow. Something moving at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the 2nd floor. And soon after that...
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor. And I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him. The strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
And then...
What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Ifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor, to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse, but right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
How does it just feels so weird that she knew where everything was. Like she was always the one that was like, I found this. Oh, I saw this. I saw this. I took this picture. Like, it's too much.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
What happened with Taka first? He was hit with Justice Hammer 4.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Fuck.
Shoot!
I failed. It would looks like yes, please. Can I please give it another shot? Can I please give it another shot? Thank you. I'm doing so bad on this one.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of...
See? So it's obvious Taka came...
So, I wonder if he died before, perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
That?
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3.
I'm not smart, guys.
While Taka's death came from a swing.
See? So it's obvious Taka came...
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they...
Oh my god!
No, that's wrong!
I did it! I did it! I did it! Okay, okay. That's actually really exciting. Oh my god, I've got like...
There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
It was the watch. Watch. That's the word. It's gonna be watch. What? Oh, wristwatch. Need an S. Done. Wristwatch.
Now I understand! I've got it! Taka's wristwatch! See? Look! It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
How long are you gonna keep us waiting? It's almost 10 o'clock, you know?
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
Oh, yeah.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back. Blah, blah, blah.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream.
Yeah.
Since all of us were there to...
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body.
He's too fat.
Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
I mean, he was alive because we saw him in the repository and he woke up and said Yasuhiro. So what if he like just walked there himself? I know like he's been really hurt, but like he was alive.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
we could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time. It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Oh my god, Kyoko, we on the same wavelength here.
The dead body moved on its own?
No!
Shut up.
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
No, it is. Broken wristwatch. Okay.
Are you saying that when we first found him, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No.
It is Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely
You heard the body discovery. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement wasn't.
Are we really so sure? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found him, there's a chance he...
No. It is impossible.
Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Fuck. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry, Kyoko, I have no idea.
Are you saying that when we first found him, there's a chance he was actually still...
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery
I'm
announcement
so dumb.
along with the Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Fuck. I'm actually so bad at this.
Shoot!
Oh no. I'm so bad at this. Okay, I need to think.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi
Maybe it's the
in
other way
nurse's
around and I did it wrong.
office, there's a chance he was actually...
No. It is
Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Oh wait. No! I've done it wrong again! No, I was supposed to do an absorb bullet.
Shoot!
God, I'm so bad at this.
Are you saying that when we first... there's a chance he...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of... Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that
is why the...
Are we really... Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
PMO. This is actually really starting to
when we first found
PMO.
Hifumi in the nurse's office,
Oh, I'm so bad at this.
there's a chance he was actually still...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovered.
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why...
Are we really... Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
No, I
discovery.
wasn't. I'm crashing out. I'm actually crashing out. I'm crashing out.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
there's a chance he... No. Hifumi was dead, and you
No,
know
it's
that.
not this
Surely
way.
you heard the body...
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And
Okay,
that
absorb.
is why
the announcement...
Are we really... Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I'm crashing out.
are
I'm
you
actually.
saying that when we first... there's a chance he...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body... Hifumi's dead, and that is...
Are we really so... Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
What?
Shoot!
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office?
There's a chance he...
No. It is Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body that Hifumi's dead body had, and that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I'm so bad at this.
Are you saying that when we first... There's a chance he...
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body discovery announced. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Finally!
No,
Finally!
it's wrong.
Finally! Oh my god, I'm so bad at this.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Which means, even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Right after Hifumi completely died.
Shoot!
I'm so thick. Yes.
I refuse to give up yet!
I'm so dumb.
Huh?
I got it!
Yeah, okay.
We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
I'm terrible at this game. The class trial will begin, yeah.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
Yeah.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard.
Shut up.
But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the event. Then it should become clear.
This whole thing is pointless.
Okay, oh no, I'm so bad at this.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found him, and then, well, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah. Okay, she did it this time.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. his glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Yeah.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can. I got it!
Yeah.
It was a glasses cleaning cloth. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
Yeah.
The character was... printed.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
Exactly.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... what exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Because he wasn't
Even
dead.
if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse
Copious
becomes
corpse.
possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
Hifumi.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside, which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, this. Stole from
I
Taka.
got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found...
What? In his pants?
Shut up.
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
Ah! That's the note I was telling you about! The one that told me where to go! Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Taka taka.
I got it!
Taka taka.
That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
I'm confused, but whatever.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
TikTok.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every
time? Do 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 do.
Huffy had the note, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter!
Oh, the time.
It has nothing to do with TikTok!
TikTok. What? I didn't hold.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what time did it...
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Yes!
No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong!
No!
Yeah.
There absolutely is a connection.
TikTok.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Well, something, what is it, yeah, when it, like...
I got it!
When the body, like...
When I searched Taka's body, I saw, if I'm right about this, the sheet of paper...
I forgot what it's called.
I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
What is it called? Corpse... Rigor mortis. Rigor mortis.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note...
Yup. They're from the same piece of paper.
Yeah.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note.
Yeah.
There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip.
Yeah.
Leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Why would he be an accomplice, though? Is it just because he's a gooner and maybe the killer was a girl?
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
Okay, let's not go there.
Sorry, no.
Yeah, no.
When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
No.
He was killed in the repository.
Oh, the
so
mastermind,
he must
sorry.
have been killed not long after transporting Taka's
I
body.
thought they were talking about the mastermind of this entire school.
So,
No.
he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished.
Yeah.
But before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed
Yeah.
bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's
Yeah.
some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers?
Yeah.
Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
There was weapons in there.
I don't think it is possible. They were...
So then...
It's the spotless hammer. I remember, they didn't have... Yeah. It didn't ha somebody washed it. Somebody washed it. Yeah. Yes. I'm so smart.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Fuck.
Shoot!
So dumb.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Bro,
Well,
what?
one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
Oh, wait. Yes!
No, that's wrong!
No.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Yeah, but Hifumi's a dumbass. And also there was
Based
2
on the
murders.
rules
What
that
if
have been laid out
Hifumi
for
killed
us,
the first?
Even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that 2 people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Based on the rules that have been, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true.
Yes! Let's go. Let's go.
Since there were 2 murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
Yeah, what?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes...
You're saying that 2 people could act as each other's accomplices to commit 2 separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime, and based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating 2 separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful! How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its...
Okay, the effort made to convince us that the 2 murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning. Which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but as entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing. Although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could
You
be
obviously
involved,
have a crush on
but
her.
then
Oh my
who
god.
was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now!
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end murdered him. In the debates till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. What? 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 Who was he gonna do anything for? Like, he would...
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
Yes! Okay, yeah, okay. I got this.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
Yeah. I mean, I remember the tea thing. You made him get tea, and he was, like, super weird about it.
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
What happened to her accent?
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
What happened to her accent?
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What it is that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common... Encountering.
I got it!
Yeah.
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
What the hell?
Sorry.
Makoto, stop being such a bitch.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct?
Yes.
And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow. Something moving at the top of the stairs. I keep accidentally giving her a British accent.
Specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the 3rd floor,
she let out a blood-curdling scream.
And when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I've already said that like 40 times. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
It was time for her partner to get to work. What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad, come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into 2 groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split into 2 groups? I'll lead the hunting party. That seems more interesting. Very well. Then Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I will leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
Somebody's calling the phone.
Hello, your call cannot be taken at the moment, so please leave your
Okay then.
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
Yeah. I was certainly not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything, the whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. Wait, then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the...
They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die, just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead.
Yeah.
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
If you're really not the culprit...
Never mentioned the... You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding.
You shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Okay, that's definitely... We need to do an absorb.
All I said was... They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
What do you mean, those guys?
And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said was... They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused.
They must be... We are going to die.
Just like...
Yes!
No, that's wrong.
I knew it. She didn't know that he was dead.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out, so there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imagination.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the only other possibility is...
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Celeste thinks that she can prove there's no way that Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? Okay.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Yes!
No, that's wrong!
Let's go!
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that, because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You can't bend at the waist.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Okay, calm down.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Crash out incoming. I can feel the crash out. I can feel it. Oh, she's crashing out. She's crashing out.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Oh my god. I love this.
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
The accent is completely gone.
Already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey Hifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? You kill me? No, Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Wait! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
Yeah, honestly, bro.
He did say Yasuhiro. But are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Okay.
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
He said people's last names.
That's right.
So he would have said Hagakure.
He called us all by our last names.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Shut up.
Don't talk.
Yeah, exactly. Don't talk.
Random chance. No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
Yes.
What did you just say?
I said this at the start of the chapter.
To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Fine! Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
I have to do something to make her accept it. Oh no, it's another bullet time battle, isn't it? Oh no, never mind.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
it would have to be you, Celeste.
She
you haven't told
she has to show us her handbook.
Is.
How many times do I have to tell you?
Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me...
No,
yeah.
That's wrong! That's it! The handbook!
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, and that'll bring every...
Oh, it's closing argument. They made him so chopped. Okay. That's not it. Okay, so they were having a little chit-chat in their room. And... they were shaking hands and they would be like, yeah. We're gonna beat up Hagakure, yeah, we're cute. So, they write a little note that they send to Mr. Yeah, it's this time. They get him to come over to the somewhere. They, he's confused. They stuff him in the suit. She gets ready to take the picture. Yeah, it's his wristwatch. So he hits him with Justice Hammer 4. Slash shows Makoto the picture, and they go to the library. With just Hammer 2. In the nurse's office, he screams, which is just Hammer 3. Pushes this. And lastly, she washes it off.
Here's exactly what happened.
I got it. I know I got it.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
Hifumi.
Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
At 1 AM.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the wreck.
Yep.
That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 AM, they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him.
Yes.
The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2, and an injured Hifumi, to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office.
Yeah.
This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene, in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered.
Yeah.
He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office, and once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case.
Celeste.
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
So tough. Tough.
I lost?
Yeah, sorry girl.
I lost?
I won.
When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Well.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Wow. I did not do well that time. Oh, I still got an A!
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
Okay.
Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? Okay. If you would, please, and when the votes are, will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be?
It's a last.
What?
It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The Blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was... Celestian Ludenberg. Or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a big mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure he relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then did you use, you know... I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... She's talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual.
In other words...
Then you're the one that stole it.
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually...
I was hoping I could talk to you. Alone. It is about what is stolen. I know who did it.
What? Are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it.
So then...
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken a you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I showed it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
As for me...
Please forgive me. He threatened me. He did?
As for me...
He came to my room last night, unannounced, and then it's very hard for me to even say. Oh my god. Celeste, what the fuck?
What?
Celeste, that is... No. Oh my god. So, I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime. An absolute crime. I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but...
Say what?
Never would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm going to kill him.
Unforgivable!
Oh my god, he said a bad word.
Most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you will be playing right into his hands.
Actually...
Taka is planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean... Taka is going to try to kill you.
Indeed.
And also can keep her to herself. Or to himself.
This is unforgivable!
Hey.
Completely unforgivable!
Master.
Honestly.
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I?
I swear I will save her!
Okay.
Actually...
Then, would you like to join me? It just so happens I've come up with a plan. I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love. A love as twisted as that can drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah. It was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something that could hide his face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it is my fault for picking him in the first place.
But...
So, why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid.
Huh?
That's it?
Let's see...
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though.
Well...
But when you were explaining your plan to Fumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you'd actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded, but he was on the verge of death. But he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. Seems all very straightforward. Stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
So in the end...
So you planned to kill him all along. But of course. There would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well...
That's a non-issue. I did simply everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about that.
No, he derives pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then, what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
But
all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch!
Obviously that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little
I wanted to get
bitch.
out. Every day was fresh torture. And you want to know why?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would mean nothing less than giving up my dream here forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me...
And it was all for that dream.
Isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. A castle? Oh, she a freak. She a freak. And together, handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers/bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have perfectly created an aesthetic word of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life, there was my only dream, my only goal. That is what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got it right to the edge,
There is
but
nothing to be done.
unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it.
Oh!
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing is sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. Even I can fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice,
Isn't
then
it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey!
You just get executed again. Poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. That weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You all done? Then let's get rolling. The Blackened deserve the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment!
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got!
It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Kinda tough, not gonna lie. But okay, bye. Oh, I'm excited. I've been waiting for this. Celeste has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Is she being burnt at the stake? Oh my god. The burning of the Versailles witch. Jeez. Bye, girl. Bye. No. They're just gonna run her over. Alright then. Right then. Well, she's dead. She gone. She dead. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point, I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't get free from the regrets of the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need more place, more value on your life.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and I thought you guys were gonna pass a torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What more do you want from us?
How strange.
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did you get some kind of key-type object from Celeste?
Hey!
What's the deal with that?
What?
What's the matter?
So then...
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
You...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey.
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh, how exciting.
Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. What do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it.
What was that? What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are gonna get awkward, but I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well?
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
See ya!
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair, there was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you? Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means... Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey!
I suppose it's easiest to miss what is right beneath your nose. Well then, I guess we better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said, I'm going to go alone from here. Everyone head to the dining hall. I'll check with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
So...
Do you even have to ask?
Come on.
That's not what I meant. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please let me go. You're so... Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you.
Well then.
Then it's up to you.
Yo!
I'm going to the dining hall. Huh? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. What the fuck?
Shall we go?
Shall we? Yeah.
So then...
We need to get into that locker. As the locker swung open, we saw...
You really came.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thank goodness. I did what Celeste asks. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the whole time.
So?
Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer. So now we can finally say the case is closed. Can we take a second? I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, what are you trying to do all on your own here at this school? Is that why you wanted to come with me?
However...
Regardless, that's not something you need to know now.
What?
Worried? Like, what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that...
Indeed.
It's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too? No! I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me. Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little more.
That's fine.
Fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see... What I heard from Kyoko then was... Oh, frankly, it blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it, and the storage closet there, way in the back. She said it was in the way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but Kyoko could be really about... Could Kyoko really be right about this? As far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko told me about, could it really be hidden here? I mean, seriously. Ah. At the same time I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. A bump. I had fallen through the back of the storage closet. It turned out, the back wall was revolving like a door, and I'd made my way to the other side, just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet, and way in the back of the closet, there's a secret room. It's this secret room. But what's in here?